Hey, Nigeria, oh, una come. Nigeria, come closer. You people should come closer. Anyway, hello, my beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. If you are seeing me for the first time, my name is Joyce Anyanwu. It has been a while. Things have been going wrong and wrong every day in Nigeria. Things has been, a lot of catastrophe in Nigeria. Yes. So it has been in the trending news since about, it's going to 2 weeks now, that the police just went and arrested Farotimis. Yes. Oh, nah, man. And he has been in police custody in Krikri, and they have been filing for bail, and they have been refusing to bail him out. The first time they adjourned it on the 10th of December. Yes, they adjourned it to 10 that he will be in their custody until 10th of December. Today, I think that was yesterday, they have still rejected the bail. Even though the High Court or Customary Court, I don't really know, granted him bail. My beautiful people, I don't want to talk too much. I just want us to listen to this news in Arise TV, and where they will be interviewing Mr. Fred, and the way, you guys know Rufai now, the way Rufai will be giving them back to, he will be giving that guy, that Mr. Fred, a hot questions, So I don't want to talk too much. I just want us to first of all watch this video, listen to it, and I will come back and speak my own mind, and you guys should drop your own opinion in the comment section. Thank you very much. This problem of Afe Baba Lola, I don't know, Lola, I don't know what they want from this. Yes, God. So let's just go straight and look what
then ensued between the supporters of Afe Babalola and Dele Farotimis outside the court when the supporters confronted themselves verbally.
In a country where there is law and order, all the things that were written in the book by Mr. Dele Farotimis is the things that are playing out in this course. I've been here personally. I was here when another child was served, again in the prison, and again and again and again. Nobody is above the law. If this is a civil case, why is it happening like this? Why is this happening? You are telling us that the government is under one man, which is the same man that is in question.
I've already made a pronouncement of bail. It is expected that that particular bail should have been granted to him at the Magistrate Court. This was actually what His Excellency Peter Gregory Obi, who was exploring all options to make sure that this particular case has been put to rest. You remember that he tried as much as possible to reach out to major persons than to be given this particular bail, so that the issues can be trashed in the position of court later. As Democrats and respecters of the law, we will respect the position of the case and at the same time present ourselves in the court of law at the next proceedings. But it is expected that this particular case is a bailable offense, especially in the magistrate court, so that we can be given a bail, so that we will not escalate this particular matter unnecessarily.
The original charge was amended, and the new charge was read to the defendant. And thereafter, the application for bail was argued. So, and the ruling adjourned to 28th of December this year. So that is the proceeding in the court today in summary. And we wait for the ruling of the court. We wait for the ruling of the court on the 28th of December. So thereafter, they will take dates for hearing of the matter.
Joining us now on the morning show is Mr Nzeakor, a lawyer. Well, Mr. Nzeakor, thank you very much for joining us.
Many thanks.
I don't need to give any summary. We've been on this subject since last week.
Yes.
Now, what's your take from different dimensions
My take is that this is a long journey, a very long journey, both for Mr. Farotimis and for Chief Afe Babalola, and a very long journey for Nigeria as a country, because the issue has divided Nigerians into two. On one side, you have the conservatives, who are seemingly sympathetic to Chief Afe Babalola on the ground that they felt the 61 years he has put in legal service is about to be ditched into a mud of infamy. On the other side, you have the radicals, who are not sympathetic to anybody other than the fact that they want a better Nigeria. And they feel that any time is good enough for such better Nigeria to be bettered. And that if this will bring the sanity, much needed sanity in our system, especially at the judicial level, that so be it. And with this division now, you can very easily see it in pronouncements of people, in their write-ups, in their analysis, and in everything surrounding this imbroglio. But it is a very unfortunate one, because anyhow you look at it, it's like what as called the sese fly that perched on the dangerous on the scrotum. All right, it's like that. So anyhow you touch it, it is dangerous. Are you going to allow Afe Babalola to take
being a very strategic part of the human male anatomy?
That is it.
You agree?
I agree with you. I agree with you, Dr. So this is a fly that has perched there. You must be very careful in killing that as a fly. Anyhow you look at it, are you going to allow Chief Afe Babalola's integrity to be dragged to the mud? No. Are you going to allow Nigeria to continue in this infamy of unbridled corruption? No. Recall that David Cameron, the former British Prime Minister, had once described Nigeria as a fantastically corrupt country. Fantastically corrupt country. And it worries everybody who wants Nigeria to be sane. Everywhere we say corruption is the bane of national development in Nigeria. At what point are we going to begin to clean up this urgent step called corruption? President Muhammad Buhari said that his major problem when he assumed office was the judiciary. We said no, that he didn't get it right. And he tried to make do his understanding and assertion by allowing the SSS to, what they call the string operation, go and rout the Supreme Court justices from their sleep in the dead of the night. All, again, anchored around this same issue that Nigerians have been complaining about. It is obvious that corruption is a problem. It is also obvious that most of the corruption issues, especially at the apex level, are discussed in hushed tones, murmured in privacy. Dele Farotimis had decided to take it to the open and dared the consequences. From his media engagement prior to this issue that he has, prior to his embattlement, he said he was ready, and he was ready for the backlash. Now the question is, how is this going to be handled? The very moment, the more you press him on, the more his supporters will want to bring out all the cockroaches in the cupboard of the big man. The more, of course, it is not a hidden fact that WikiLeaks has started leaking some information regarding some big men, and more whether it is true or not. The perception is very important. How are Nigerian people soaking in all of this? How are the international members of the international community soaking in all of this? We are running around trying to bring in investors. What signal are we giving to such investors that we're asking to come and invest in Nigeria? And I keep saying that one of the most critical aspects of the challenge we have is it is not even the issue of insecurity or issue of infrastructure. The investor wants to see a virile judicial system such that if there are disagreements, because they are in business, there will always be disagreements, always. If there are disagreements, how are those disagreements solved? How are they sorted out one way or the other? Can you trust your judiciary to get justice? Dr. Bati, I'll give you a story. I had one issue with, my client had a problem in Cameroon. His vessels were confiscated, and we went by CNIC. Unjustly, we went to court in Cameroon. We hired a Cameroonian because we cannot practice over there if you are not a Cameroonian francophone-speaking lawyer. We hired a Cameroonian. We went to court. We provided all the technical and the legal support. We won the matter. The judge called us in chambers before my very eyes and said he could not deliver judgment, that he had only 6 months to retire, and that he wouldn't want problem with the government. Because government had a stake in CNIC, France has a stake, and there's other private investors. We solved that problem through diplomatic means that got up to the point of getting to get Paul Biya to intervene before that matter was solved. Why did I bring this analogy? Any businessman anywhere in the world will consider the judicial system of that country, the legal system of that country, before coming to invest. And if we don't fine-tune our own and position it in a way that it will be attractive to investors, we are not going to get the kind of investment that we expect. Thank you very much for bringing this angle. So you just demonstrated that it's bigger than just the case between Chief Afe Babalola and Mr. Dele Farotimis. Absolutely. As a number of people have said, it's also the judiciary on trial as well, because people are going to see how they've handled it thus far. So let me ask you, I know you're a lawyer, it's a sensitive question for you, but how well has this case been handled right from the way the police, because they're also law enforcement agents, they're part of the criminal justice system. How well has this been handled? Does it give the right signal? Because like you said at the very beginning, Chief Afe Babalola has a right to defend his integrity. Absolutely. He's worked many years, served the country, and so he has a name to protect, especially in the twilight of his years. He'll want to leave whilst ovation is loudest. And then Mr. Dele Farotimis on his own side is saying that he's saying the truth. He's ready to defend himself. But the judiciary on trial, how well do you think this has been handled? What is going to happen? Well, how well is a matter of personal opinion and what anybody feels. Some feel that there's nothing wrong with the way and manner it has been handled. Some say that there are a lot of undercurrents, because Dele Farotimis himself said that he was never invited. And I can tell you that for a matter like that, police was supposed to have sent him an invitation. Really? Yes. I thought they said the police can arrest. That police in the law that makes provision for police can arrest, but in matters like this, you send an invitation. If the person fails to honor that invitation, you go ahead and arrest. That is one. Two, but in the manner of arrest, those who are saying, oh, he was kidnapped, those are mere sensationalism. He was not kidnapped, he was arrested. Yes, there's nothing wrong with arrest. All those issues of jurisdiction and all that, we have discussed a lot about it. Yes. Let us not waste our time, precious time, talking about that, because the court will determine whether they have jurisdiction or not, and whether it is a criminal defamation or civil defamation and all that. There are a lot of analysis on that. But my opinion is this. Salman Rushdie, when he wrote the book Satanic Verses, the book became sold like wildfire when fatwa was placed on Salman Rushdie. If Chief Afe Babalola had tarried a while and maybe allowed the sleeping dog lie, this thing wouldn't have gotten to where it is today. The challenge now is, why would he allow the sleeping dog lie when the dog was biting his soul? That is the challenge. When the dog was biting his shoe and he felt he must rescue his shoes, he must rescue his integrity, he must rescue. But if he had even gone to the extent of filing civil defamation, police would not have been involved. Nigerians would not have heard about this. But the way it is now, there is the NSAS protests, the anger is still in the people. The police brutality, which has not ceased up to today, the anger is still in the people. The problem Nigeria had between August 1 and August 10, when there was protest and then children were even arraigned in court by the police, the anger is still in the people. There is this in virtually all countries. Nigeria is not an exception. There is this problem between the people and the police, because an average human being does not want to conform to laws, and the police will insist that you conform to laws. In some cases, the police will overreach themselves, and the issue continues. The issue now is, if this matter continues the way it is going, because the conservatives who have sympathy for Chief Balola seems to want to wear out Dele Farotimis with multiple cases. There's a new one that has been filed in Ibadan, right? More, because if you hear the analysis of those by SAN, that one, and maybe more will come.
No, the one in Abuja.
There's another one in Abuja. By SAN Ogumiujo. And even more will come, because they said the book had...
Yeah, it's beyond Chief Balola.
Yeah, so now it is beyond Chief Balola. And they want to wear out Dele Farotimis with multiple cases that virtually for many years to come, he will be moving from one courtroom to another, answering one question, defending one matter, and all that. At the end of the day, the more that is done, more the cockroaches are being driven out. I keep saying about these cockroaches. The more they are being driven out, and the more Nigerians will hear what ordinarily they wouldn't have heard. The international community will hear what ordinarily they wouldn't have heard. It is now a class struggle between the conservatives and the radical elements. The conservatives want to retain the status quo. Let us keep moving.
Okay.
Don't rock the boat. Yes. Okay. The radical elements want, there must be a change. Nigeria is a country of over 200 million people, blessed massively, but hindered by corruption. Corruption must stop.
Professor Nzeakor, I get you. You know, your orgas did this matter, so you don't want to take a stand. I get you. You have played all your politics, that's your palongo from morning till night. I get you very well. I know. You self, they fear your own angle. Say, if I go talk now, they go. I get you.
No, the matter is in court. The matter is in court.
It's not the case of it's in court.
We have to speak with.
You see, when lawyers won't talk,
with circumspection.
Circumspection.
We have to speak with circumspection.
But you and I know what we are talking about, because you're plenty of guys they involved. But, and that's why I know all the legal issue I ask you sidestep up. You know, we had another lawyer too that knew the law came from the court, but he took a position on the issues here. But you know what? Because your guys they involved, it's fine.
You may be wrong. I may not have an Oga at the top of this matter. I
know Oga is not a direct Oga.
Yeah, I know.
They are indirect Ogas.
I may not have an Oga in the matter.
People be Oga for this business. So, but let me go to one very important point.
Yes.
It is now a case between, like you said, the conservatives and otherwise the radicals that want to change. I want to ask you three truths. Is there no corruption as we speak going on in that your sector?
Oh, I have said so.
There is.
Massive one.
What is the fear about making it known to Nigerians? And let Nigerians make up their mind. The other question I ask, has there been no high-handedness in a case where the police went to pick somebody for a defamation, criminal defamation that doesn't exist in Ekiti State and took them to Ekiti States? Has there been no, do you think if the dramatics personnel were not formidable people in this country, the case will go like this? So in calling a spade, I ask again, where is the middle ground for the long-suffering Nigerian people that cannot get justice because they don't have the big power? Let me use that word in this country. Because the people have a right to know. That's why I say you are sidestepping because your guys are involved, and it's fine.
Rufai, no matter how you look at George Orwell's story about the equality of animals can never be taken away.
Yes,
all animals are equal, yes, but some are more equal
some.
all over the world.
Yes.
All over the world. It's not only in Nigeria. So let's rest that.
Animal farm.
Animal
So
farm.
some animals are more equal than some.
All over the world. All over the world.
But in this
some
case,
animals are more equal than the others.
Some
No.
animals are more equal than some.
Understand me. Don't put words into my mouth. I only quoted George Orwell. Understand me, Rufai.
Oh, yeah.
There has been, if you say high-handedness, I do not see high-handedness. I don't. Because it's only to exacerbate that issue of the theory of high-handedness that they said he was abducted, he was kidnapped. He was not kidnapped.
No, I'm saying that the
Dele was not kidnapped.
of a man that was arraigned in a court of a magistrate that the law does not exist in the state. He was first detained,
yes,
and he was further detained again
yes,
to the 20th of December.
You see nothing wrong with that? That is what I'm saying, that the law is an ass. They say the magistrate or the court has the discretion on bail. The matter is a bailable offense, yes. As of today, they are saying arguing on bail, which is, for me, wrong. Very, very wrong. I expected that he should be granted bail because, yes, the prison custody is not built for animals, but it is built for felons. And when it is the law that will decide who the felon is. You don't judge and decide who the felon is when you have not even had a substantive matter. And that is why at this preliminary stage, you don't expect the court to jump into the arena. The fact that the court didn't give him bail is wrong. The High Court had given him bail. The Federal High Court in Ado-Ekiti gave him bail. They took him to Federal High Court. Now they had another one is springing up in Abuja, but I guess that one is a civil matter. The one in Ibadan is also a civil matter because they came by writ of summons. The one in the magistrate court, obviously, that magistrate cannot, in all honesty, say that he is acting out of his own self-will. He cannot. Because if he does, there's no reason why he will not give him bail. At least give him bail, and then when he perfect his bail condition, he will now come to answer for all the issues. The issue of whether it is a criminal defamation or not, and whether it exists in Ekiti or not, is yet to be fine-tuned. Because I've had one former Attorney General of Ekiti State that says that, yes, the law of Ekiti still recognizes that there's criminal defamation. And everybody will now begin to quote, yes.
Check the laws of 2021. I have empirical proof here. I read through it. It doesn't recognize criminal defamation. It only talks about Section 70,
which
where there's a breach of public place through publication.
Through publication. Good. A breach of public peace through defamation.
Yeah. No, not through defamation.
No, through publication, sorry.
So that's not criminal defamation.
Through publication, which, of course, is relying on the Criminal Code Act.
Criminal defamation was not
relying on Criminal Code Act, and it was integrated by Ado-Ekiti, by Ekiti State in that 2011 laws of Ekiti State of Nigeria. 2012.
No,
that
2012.
There was that one. I am not arguing whether it is still there or not. Like I said, I have not looked through all the laws, and that's where I'm looking at the issues of policy more than the issue of the statutes. Because everybody, almost commentators, have spoken about the issues of the statutes and what are the issues of policy.
Okay, all these details about jurisdiction will be worked out by the courts.
Absolutely.
We already have 3 cases on our hands. A cybercrime charge
in Federal High Court.
In the Federal High Court, yes, in Ekiti State, criminal defamation in the Magistrate Court of Ekiti, and then also in Oyo State,
yes,
you have
a civil suit.
You have a civil suit by Adenipekun SAN. In Abuja, you have another suit by Ogunwumijo SAN, yes, in this matter.
And possibly,
which means
possibly some others will still come.
As you started, this is going to be a long journey.
Very long.
You are also correct to say that the law is an ass. It was Mr. Bumbu in Charles Dickens, I think, Oliver Twist,
yes,
that said that the law is even an idiot. So whatever laymen say about the law, they will probably be right, quoting Charles Dickens. But how do you think this will be resolved? Because in the Abuja court, on the issue of jurisdiction, Ogunwumi USAN has now secured an order of interim injunction against the book, against the sale, the publication, physically or online.
Including
how do you think this will end?
You see, that is now widening the scope of the issues, because if you secure an order against the publication and production of the book in Nigeria, that is Nigerian law.
Yeah, he included Amazon in his request.
The issue
Amazon
now, that is the request. Will Amazon now honor the request of a Nigerian court? Or are you going to enlist that order or enroll that order in America or wherever Amazon is functioning from? Or are you going to make it, is there any order of court that can be so international that another country, say in Portugal, that they want to read the book in Portugal and you want to freeze it in Portugal? That is the challenge, that the order may work in Nigeria, but will obviously be very Herculean and nebulous to work outside Nigeria, because every country is sovereign and they have their laws. Even under international law, it recognizes the sovereignty of nations.
If I may piggyback on a statement that you made earlier,
yes.
Are you also saying, in line with Farotimis' allegations, that the Nigerian judiciary is corrupt? Can you tell us a little about your own experience of your encounter with corrupt judges? Since you said the judiciary is corrupt.
You want to take food for a bath?
No, I will tell you.
Food for a bath?
I will tell you. I'm not under a spell, not to say the truth.
Yes.
When you say that,
and have you two
when you say
black
that
judges,
when you say that the judiciary is corrupt, it is an extreme overgeneralization.
Okay.
But when you say,
so you are saying Farotimis may have overgeneralized.
He didn't say that judiciary is corrupt. He mentioned some judges in his book. He was very pointed.
Maybe those judges.
And when you say that some judges are corrupt, yes, I agree. Some lawyers too are very corrupt, because it takes two to tango.
Yes.
Generally, a corrupt judge does not usually take money from litigants. He is more comfortable taking money from lawyers. And that is why when you want sanity...
This has been your experience.
No, this has been the experience of the country. This has been the national experience.
You have evidence, empirical.
National experience.
I think it's important.
Everything you are taking... I've already started by saying some. Because even at the magistrate court level, up to... Have you ever seen somebody arraign the magistrate court? How the hierarchy will be going on all around. And it has so incensed some lawyers that they don't want to go to magistrate court for any matter whatsoever. Some judges will, because there is this hierarchy, some judges will dispense judgment, not justice. Dispense judgment that you will wonder whether they ever slept before they did this. And they will simply tell you, you can go upstairs. What does that mean? If you don't like my judgment, go on appeal. That thing is a very strong, fertile ground for corruption. And that is why the National Judicial Council must always be on its toes. Always. And I can tell you, with due respect to NJC, that yes, the burden of their responsibilities is so high, but they need to do a lot more. To clean up the system. And then the NBA,
the ones that
the Nigerian Bar Association, I'm coming, I'll tell you now. The Nigerian Bar Association has a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
I've already said that at some time, I think it was in this, on this table, that one of the reasons why there is pressure on some lawyers is this rank called SAN.
That's a conversation.
In this rank called SAN, it leads to massive pressure on some lawyers. Some litigants, but it goes with fiduciary privilege as well. It goes with fiduciary opportunities as well. I am not saying it must be washed, but we must be more circumspect the way and manner.
Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. You guys have heard, you guys have seen, have watched this is what has been going on in Nigeria. Thank God that Mr. Mr. Fred has said it, that they don't have any right not to grant Mr. Farotimis, they don't have any right not to grant him bail. They're supposed to give him bail, and this man that is talking, this Mr. Fred, is a lawyer. So he said they don't have any right to hold him, not to grant him bail. They're supposed to give him bail so that he can come from his house and be answering all these questions. Anyway, my beautiful people, this is not a new thing. This is not what is new in Nigeria. You guys know that for more than 4 or 5 years now, our Nnamdi Kanu is still in police custody, is still in detention. The lawyer has been trying, has been trying everything to grant him bail. Up to yet, they rejected Nnamdi bail. So this one is not a new thing in Nigeria. You know, one thing we say when we say Nigeria is, will Nigeria be good? Will Nigeria be good? The first step, if Nigeria want to be good, and anybody that would enter into Nigeria, like politics, or to sit in that seat, the only place they will first of all start to tackle is our judicial sector. Yes, that is where they will start, because the judicial sector in Nigeria is so corrupt. They are the worst. They are the ones causing problems in Nigeria. They are not just fair at all. They are just too corrupt that if you even go them, they will tell you, they will ask you to go, and if you don't like it that way, go and appeal. And if the appeal you are going to appeal, where are you going? Is it not the same, the judges that will sit to judge that case? So judicial system in Nigeria, oh my God, that is the worst sector I have never seen. That is so corrupt. That is because in Nigeria you have to know that whatever you do, you will take it to court. But if court cannot give you justice, then where will you get the justice? Where will you get it? Okay, what is the problem that they had put this man? They applied for bail, and they adjourned the bailings till on the 10th of December. Now they have adjourned it again till on the 28th. And my God, even though the High Court of Ekiti State has granted him bail, that he should go, at least oh Jesus, I don't even know what to say. You see this country, Nigeria, we really need, I don't know what I will say anymore. If we need to sit up, or if we need to, I don't know, to sit up, or if we need to pray, because a lot of churches in Nigeria, people have been praying, people have been fasting. Look at the way the country is right now. It's getting worse and worse every day. Nothing is getting better. Nothing is just getting better in Nigeria. Things are getting worse and worse, worse and worse. Corruption, this is the main problem we are having in Nigeria. Corruption. When will corruption end in Nigeria? When will you just sit down like this and say, oh God, thank you? So this country, nothing that is coming out good in Nigeria. Nothing. When you come to all these politicians, all this court, all these judges, nothing is coming out good in Nigeria. Well, anyway, I don't know. Go ahead. My beautiful people, what did you guys think? You have heard the questions that the Arise journalist has been asking Mr. Fred. You have heard even the one Rufai asked, the one Ayo asked. Even Rufai was like, attacking the man that is dodging from question, because his oga on top, they are all involved. Well, anyway, you will not blame the man, because that right now there's no freedom of speech. Dele Farotimis has come out now to say this is what has been happening, this is what has been happening. They have now arrested him and put in detention because there is no freedom of speech. But what I know, everybody have opinion to his own, to his own words. But right now, there is no freedom of speech in Nigeria. Hello, hey, my beautiful people. If you have watched it this time, thank you very much. Please drop your own opinion in the comment section. Tell me what you feel about this video. Tell me what is the right thing to do, in this kind of situation right now. Because the way they are doing this thing now, I know according to this Mr. Fed, he said this matter is going to take so long. And the way they are doing all these things now, and everybody knows this man, everybody knows this Dele, that is no nonsense man. It say it the way it is. Up till now, the man is still dragging that he's not telling lie. This Afe Baba Lola, it's just, he say it's not telling like that. It will come out with full chest, and say it the way it is and prove that is true. Well, let's just see what will happen. People have been advocating that they should leave Dele. People have been advocating that the man they should bail him, and they have rejected bail again. They have rejected bail and they have adjourned it to 28th of December. Anyway, thank you guys. So if you have watched it this time, please subscribe, like, share, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye for now.